Truth, lies, shenanigans.
Robbie Rock, you're talking football, and again, Donald Trump. Should be fun. Let's hear this. This is Truth, Lies, and Shenanigans.
Well, this is the truth. This is the truth. Yeah, so Donald Trump decided that he was going to award the Presidential Medal of Freedom to New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick. I know that Bill was set to receive it, and after Wednesday, there was a little bit of pressure, and he has opted to decline this great honor from the president. And yeah, so you've got the quote there. Um,
But recently, I was offered the opportunity to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which I was flattered by out of respect for what the honor represents and admiration for prior recipients. Subsequently, the tragic events of last week occurred, and the decision has been made not to move forward with the award.
so huge props to Bill for that. I know that Trump absolutely loves him. At one of the favorite quotes I drummed up on it was from Trump. You know, if I ever had a military battle, I'd call up Belichick and ask and say, "What do you what do you think? What do you think? Give me a couple of ideas." So Belichick's response was, "I'm flattered by that, but I'll just stick to coaching football." Well, which is a reasonable response. They're reasonable. I'm not leading these boys into battle. No, I'm not doing that. I coach football. We're turf warriors. So the question that I have for the panelists is if this is indicative of Trump's legacy, because we're seeing so many people turn their backs and decline him. So yeah,
All right. What's the question?
Neil, if
I didn't hear the
this,
question.
if sorry, if Bill Belichick's refusal, his declining to receive the Medal of Honor, is indicative of Trump's legacy.
Oh, of his legacy. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, hopefully, because I can't. Of course, I can't stand Trump. But my thoughts on this Medal of Freedom is, it is a very coveted award because you know people like Joe Biden, for example, got received it from Obama, but it's a coveted award for America, and I'm not understanding why Bill Belichick deserves it in the first place. No offense to Bill Belichick, great coach. Um, you know, I may not like him as a person, but he's certainly one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. Um, but the Medal of Freedom just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't know that it made sense to Bill Belichick either. I'm not even sure he doesn't really like a lot of accolades in general, so I'm not surprised he didn't take it. But it's still, I mean, the fact that Trump even tried to give it to him is just, it just tells you what kind of person Trump
He brought back the football.
is. Yeah,
I
that's what he
kind of feel
says.
I kind of feel a little bit differently. I don't think it really affects his legacy at all. I think it just is indicative of Bill Belichick being able to read the room better than
Mm,
everyone else.
sure.
Because last week before Belichick was supposed to receive the award tomorrow, actually.
Mhm.
Last week, last Thursday, the day after the riots and insurrection, um, President Trump gave the award to two golfers, Annika Sorostan and Gary Player, and they accepted. They went and
Oh,
accepted the award, and they have been shamed as a result. And so I think Bill Belichick is like, I don't need that smoke. Like for what? I know he is one of, he's very close to Donald Trump. Both Belichick and the Patriots owner Robert Kraft, former Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, all of them are very close to Donald
I
Trump.
love Donald
I
Trump.
just I just think that Bill Belichick is a bit smarter and is more PC PR savvy than these two golfers last week who didn't get it in their head. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this the day after President Trump stood outside and said to these rioters, I love you, be safe. Like, come on.
I
Mhm.
guarantee there's still Trump lovers though. Gianni Storm.
Yeah, I think they do still support him. But to answer your question, Rob, I do think it is um, indicative of his legacy because it's like people are turning their backs on him. But I think Belichick did the right thing, like Liz said, and read the room. I know that in part of his quote, he mentioned that he had spoken with the team about social injustice and human rights and stuff like that, and he kind of had to stand by that, by his actions. So without just saying it, he is the leader. He's a coach. So just also for the black players and not even black players on his team. I'm not too familiar with the Patriots. My stepdad's a huge Patriots fan, but
Oh yeah, because
um
you're from New England.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm not too familiar with them, but I do know that if you're the leader of a team, you kind of have to go by what you say. So he might still secretly support Trump or secretly still be friends with Trump, but his ability to read the room and do the right thing in the time being did a good thing. I support it.
All right. Any other thoughts? No, I can go online real quick. All right, so we got
Yeah,
oh yeah, Robbie, what are your thoughts?
no, I was just gonna say, yeah. Let's go to the comments. Let's see what we got going on here.
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts? I still want to hear your thoughts. What were your thoughts?
Yeah.
It's I think it is indicative of Trump's legacy, because especially at this point in time, he's just become such a despicable person in American history. He solidified that last week. And you know what, Liz? I think you nailed it. That it's more Belichick's ability to read the room and to just, yeah, you know what? He's not one for accolades to begin with, anyway. But to walk away from it. But I honestly, to see the amount of people that are dropping their Trump support, the corporations that are dropping their Trump support, I wish they would have done so much sooner and not given this man a platform for 4 years, which emboldened his supporters to storm the Capitol last week. But yeah, I do think that it's indicative of his legacy. And unfortunately, it's a legacy that his children and his family are going to inherit. These people have seen their futures really damn near ruined.
But they deserve it because they've been complicit.
Oh yeah,
Like
they've been
they've been
complicit.
right up there with they've been right up there with him. Especially those two knucklehead sons of his. So yeah.
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 Mike Winter says, I'm going to let Lizzie take this one. Alf likes people who like him. And that's true. Alf does like, Alf being Trump, Donald Trump, likes people who like him. That's all he really cares about. It's all about loyalty. There was something that
Yeah.
Steny Hoyer said on when he was giving his speech. He's like, he demands 100% loyalty, but refuses to give that. You know,
It's
and he was confused why so many Republicans continue to give their loyalty to Trump, knowing they can't get the loyalty back. They'll never get loyalty in return. So anyway, Dario Winter says he deserves those turning away from his racism, duplicity, and hatred. Mike Wolf, he didn't want to go out with Tom. He didn't want to go without Tom Brady. He didn't want to take the award. Ernest Cooper says, agree, Liz. He knew Trump was looking to divert attention. Kevin Brown says, their silence for years made it okay for Trump to do what he does. And Ernest Cooper agreed with Rob B. Yep. All right.
Hey, Bird.
All right. Let's move on from that hot topic. Good hot topic.